Hare Krishna, Lord pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Bhupalaka Prabhu. Thank you for attending.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna
Now
Prabhuji.
I
Dandat
Yes.
Pranam.
Bali.
Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, yes,
Because
Prabhuji. Loud and clear, Prabhuji. I can hear you
okay,
clearly, Prabhuji.
because I hope my internet connection will be stable here because I'm
Hare
using
Bol.
hotspot.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
All right.
You are in Indonesia, Prabhuji. How is the weather there, Prabhuji?
Yes, I am in Indonesia, in Bali.
Yeah.
The weather is very friendly.
Good.
Oh, good, good.
Okay.
Hare Bol.
Give me a
Sun. Yeah, sun, Prabhuji.
Okay, so we'll start with Mangalacharan prayers. Welcome to everyone. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhuttale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadat Vishwapadantikam Vande Ham Sri Guru Sri Utabara Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Shagana Rugunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitam Cha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangungam hayate girim. Yat kripa tamaham vande Sri Gurun Dinataram. Hare Krishna. So, today we are starting with the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So, just to refresh again what we have discussed in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the Virat Rupa form of the Lord. Yeah. So Arjuna was requesting the Lord to show this Virat Rupa. And of course, again and again, Srila Prabhupada emphasizing the same point, one purport after another, that the purpose of this display of the Virat Rupa is to set the criterion of the personality of Godhead. Because somebody may in the future claiming to be the incarnation of God. So anyone who claims to be the incarnation of God, he has to be able to show the Virat Rupa. Yeah. And this gigantic, terrifying form of the Lord, in which actually even Arjuna himself, he was trembling. Yeah. He felt afraid to see this form, because he saw that so many people are being crushed in between the teeth of the Virat Rupa, and he saw all the great generals such as Bhisma, Karna, Drona, Jayadratha. Yeah. So the outcome of the battle was actually already seen by Arjuna and already seen by Sanjaya. And Sanjaya was narrating what Arjuna saw in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Yeah. And after Arjuna was offering prayer, so finally he requested the Lord to resume his four-handed form of Narayan and then the Shyamasundar form. Yeah. So Srila Prabhupada commenting that from this incident, we can see that actually Krishna is the Swayam Bhagavan. So the source of Narayan is Krishna. And then from Narayan, expanding more into this Virat Rupa, the universal form. And this Virat Rupa is never seen before. Yeah, it's like the total manifestation of Virat Rupa. Whatever Arjuna wants to see is available just on that very spot where he sits on the chariot along with Krishna. Yeah. So Lord Krishna displays quite few times the Virat Rupa, but all this that he displays before this incident was partial, not the full Virat Rupa form of the Lord. Okay. And then ultimately in the last verse of chapter 11, yeah, Mat Karma, what is that? Mat Karma Krin Mat Paramo, Mat Bhakta Sangavar Jitaha, Nirvaira Sarva Bhutesu. So Krishna concluded that if we are free from the bad association and engaging all the fruits of our activities in the service of the Lord, in which actually that is bhakti. Yeah. So the essence of the Virat Rupa, by seeing this Virat Rupa, we should be able to develop our bhakti to Krishna. How? Because this Virat Rupa is his vibhuti, also his opulence. In chapter 10, yeah, it is described that when we understand Krishna's vibhuti, naturally our attraction, our faith, our love for Krishna will develop because we are not Vrindavan Vasi. When the devotees outside Vrindavan see Krishna's opulence, Krishna's superhuman pastimes, so their faith increase. But in Vrindavan, nobody believes that this little boy is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet, they have so much love for Krishna. And everything they just do for Krishna's pleasure. That's all. Yeah. And Arjuna is not a Vrindavan Vasi. Yeah. So that's the end. Krishna concluded by mentioning that bhakti is the essence. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada also supporting that statement in his purport. Okay, so now we will start with chapter 12, Bhakti Yoga. Yes, so finally we are entering Bhakti Yoga. So there are only 20 slokas in this chapter. I hope some of you have read this or heard the recordings, narration of chapter 12. It's actually make us easier to follow the discussion when you already read ahead the material, what we are going to be discussed. Yeah. All right. Were there any question in chapter 11 from anyone here before we start with chapter 12? If there is no question, then we shall continue. Chapter 12, chapter entitled Devotional Service. Yeah, Bhakti Yoga. The Bhagavad Gita's middle set of 6 chapters began with Krishna discussing Bhakti, and Arjuna wants it to end in the same way. After witnessing Krishna's awesome universal form, Arjuna wishes to confirm his own position as a devotee who works for Krishna, as opposed to a jnani who renounces work. So text 1 to 7, Bhakti over impersonality. So actually in the beginning of this chapter, Arjuna was asking question, which one is higher, Bhakti or worshipping the impersonal aspect of the Lord? Yeah, and then 7 to 12, progressive stages of devotional service. Yeah, Krishna describes in verse order the progressive path leading to pure devotional service. He first advises the devotee to fix his mind constantly on him. If one cannot do that, one should purify oneself by following the rules and regulations of Bhakti Yoga. If that is too difficult, one may engage in Karma Yoga, giving up the fruits of work to Krishna. If one cannot even follow this practice, then he recommends the indirect path, which begins with renunciation of work and leads to knowledge and meditation. Okay, so next time. Yeah. Okay. Text number 1. Arjuna inquired, which are considered more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? For us, this is very easy question to answer. Devotee will say immediately, Bhakti is the best. Yeah, Bhakti is much better than the impersonal worship. Yeah. So Lord Krishna will explain to Arjuna how difficult impersonal is. Yeah? To worship the impersonal aspect of the Lord is not at all easy. Like to meditate on something void. Is there anyone in this world can really meditate on something void? Unless you fall asleep, maybe. Then you can forget everything. But even then also, most of us dreaming while we are sleeping. That means the mind work. The mind is thinking of something. We cannot think of something void, actually. So if you want to meditate on the impersonal aspect of the Lord, so that's already ridiculously impossible. Yeah. Therefore, even the impersonalists, they are using the 5 deities for their meditation. Yeah. Vishnu, Shiva, Ganesh, Durga, and Lakshmi. Yeah. So they cannot really meditate on something void. Let's see Srila Prabhupada's purpose. Generally, the transcendentalists can be divided into 2 classes. One is impersonalist and the other is personalist. The personalist devotee engages himself with all energy in the service of the Supreme Lord. The impersonalist also engages himself, not directly in the service of Lord Krishna, but in meditation on the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested. Now, Arjuna is trying to settle the question of which process is easier and which of the classes is most perfect. In other words, he's clarifying his own position because he is attached to the personal form of Krishna. He is not attached to the impersonal Brahman. He wants to know whether his position is secure. Okay? So I have a question here. Srila Prabhupada mentioned that there are 2 classes of transcendentalists. One is personalist, one is impersonalist. For us, personalist is clear. Yeah, that we are worshipping Krishna, Krishna's Murti, Vigraha. Yeah, he has a form. What about the impersonalists? Why they are also considered to be transcendentalists? Can anybody explain about this? If someone asks you about this, how would you respond? Anybody would like to respond on that? Yes, Rati Manjari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam Prabhuji.
Pranam.
Sorry for joining late your class. I
That's
don't know the exact answer. I'm just trying to my bit of understanding to be shared. Prabhu,
Yes,
the Lord
that's
is
fine.
the Lord is
Hmm.
present in every form, irrespective of whether living or non-living. So He is everywhere.
Hmm.
Formless or I mean without form, or like in personalist, when we worship him as a person, like so that's why the impersonalist also are considered to be transcendentalist, because they are worshipping that form. Although uh, I don't know, I mean this is what I feel, that in any case they are worshipping him. So somewhere they are I don't know, Prabhu, that was my answer. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice try. Most appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Any
Prabhuji.
other devotees would
Hare
like to
Krishna,
would
Hare
like to
Krishna
try?
Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhu,
Who is
even
speaking
demigods
here?
also part and parts of the Supreme Lord.
Ram
And
is Prabhu,
one
yes.
way or the other, we have been praying means we are also praying, but it's in personal form. Hmm.
Demigod also the part and parcel of the Lord, same as us. They are jivas. We are also jivas.
Yes.
And we cannot say the demigod worshippers are transcendentalists. Isn't it?
Hmm. Not transcendent, at least they have bhakti, at least.
Yes. Yeah. So here is the explanation. The word transcendental means beyond the three modes of material nature. Vasudeva. Yeah, Vasudeva means one who is beyond the three modes of material nature. Vasudeva means one who is in the like outside this material concept of life. So the impersonal is, yes, they completely knew about that they are not the body. Yes, they completely know that they are not the body. So whoever understands this tattva, that
Okay.
aham brahmasmi, so they have higher sense. In that way, they are also considered to be transcendentalists. And they want to go beyond the shell of the material universe covering. Yeah. Brahma Jyoti is a transcendental place. Yeah. It is not in the material realm. Brahma Jyoti is a transcendental place. Yeah. So in that way, we could understand that actually they also belong into the category of transcendentalists. But of course, amongst the two, the personalist is considered to be most perfect. Yeah. Because even after they merge into the impersonal Brahman, into Brahma Jyoti, they have to come back again. Yeah. But for the devotees, they will not come back again. Yad gatwana nivartante tadhama paramam mama. Whoever achieved Krishna's place, yad gatwana nivartante, they will not return to the material world again. Yeah. So that's the answer. Because they have the understanding that they are not the body, and they want to go beyond the material conception. Yeah, so they are considered to be transcendental. The word transcendental means it is beyond
The
the
body.
material concept. Yes, beyond the body. Yeah, thank you. So the demigod worshippers cannot be considered to be transcendentalists. Yeah, because demigods also the jivas. Okay, very nice. Text number 2, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshiping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect. This is Krishna's immediate answer on Arjuna's query about between the two, who is the best. In answer to Arjuna's question, Krishna clearly says that he would concentrate upon his personal form, and who worships him with faith and devotion is to be considered most perfect in yoga. Anybody get the hint? Which sloka is Srila Prabhupada referring here? Anyone who worships Krishna with devotion and faith is most perfect in yoga.
Patram pushpam.
It is, say again, couldn't hear
Patram
you.
pushpam phalam toyam.
Mm, pretty close. Rasamayani, my Prabhu.
Tesam satata yuktanam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry, it's my name, Prabhu. Some network problem.
Okay.
Prabhu, Yoginam Sarvesha, that sloka, Prabhu.
Yogi Nam Sarvesh. Yes.
Yoginam api sarvesam. Yeah. Yoginam api sarvesam. Madgyatinantaratmana. Sradhavan bhajate yomam. Same yukta tamo mataha. Yes. Thank you. That's the verse that Srila Prabhupada referring here. The last verse of chapter 6. Yes. So yoga. Yogi means a person who is practicing yoga. Yoginam api sarvesam, amongst all the yogis. Madghate nantar atmanam. Sradhavan means faith. Bhajate means devotion. So one who worships Lord Krishna with devotion and faith is the topmost yogi. Yes. Very nice. So that's the verse that Srila Prabhupada indicating here. Yeah. For one in such Krishna consciousness, there are no material activities because everything is done for Krishna. A pure devotee is constantly engaged. Sometimes he chants, sometimes he hears or read books about Krishna, or sometimes he cooks prasadam or goes to the marketplace to purchase something for Krishna, or sometimes he washes the temple or the dishes. Whatever he does not let a single moment pass without devoting his activities to Krishna. Such action is in full samadhi. Yeah. He chants, he reads, he cooks. Yeah. Interesting. So, especially in reading, Srila Prabhupada, he reads his own book. Yes, he's reading his own book. So one time, Srutakirti Prabhu, yeah, he was the personal servant of Srila Prabhupada. So one day he found Srila Prabhupada was reading the Nectar of Instruction, yeah, the Upadesh Smrita. And Srila Prabhupada was completely absorbed in reading his own purport. And Srutakirti Prabhu said that, Srila Prabhupada, you know everything about this book. You yourself wrote the book. Why you are reading? And Prabhupada said, yes, this book, we should read. Even I should read this book because whatever I have written in my purport is directly dictated by Krishna. One time also Srila Prabhupada was asked about the creation. And Srila Prabhupada just answered that you just read the Bhagavatam, Canto 5. I don't know how I wrote those purport, but I believe Krishna dictated everything. You just go through Canto 5. Yeah. So reading, not many devotees like to read. Yeah. This is actually one of the sad reality. Many devotees like to do any other services, cooking, cleaning, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But reading, it's like only few devotees having the taste to read. Yeah. There was one devotee, Srila Prabhupada's disciple, I forgot his name. He left the body already. He was in Vrindavan for so many years. And wherever he goes, he always carry the Srimad Bhagavatam with him. And whoever he meet, he will tell that, wait, this is very interesting. You please listen. So many devotees try to avoid him because they are afraid that this devotee will catch him and read something for him. Yeah. So chanting, reading, cooking. Prabhupada even mentioned going to marketplaces, washing the dish. Yes, so this is called the avyarta kalatva when we study the nectar of devotion later. So there are 9 symptoms of a person who is in bhava or in ecstasy. One of those is called avyarta kalatva. He never wastes a single moment. Yeah. Avyarta means never wasting, not even a second. Therefore, sometimes we see Srila Prabhupada mentioning 24 hours a day, performing devotional service 24 hours a day. Like, it's completely impossible, right? But for those who are in Bhava Bhakti, yes, everything is possible for them. Some devotees asking, what about when the devotee sleep? How he perform devotional service? So I heard from His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj mentioned that when you sleep, Srila Prabhupada once gave advice to the devotee before you sleep, you read Krishna book or anything related to Krishna, and you can drink hot milk also. That's very nice. Yeah, you read something before you sleep, and then you sleep, and Krishna will come to your dream. So that is also service. And because you are sleeping, for your body needs some rest in order to perform devotional service. You maintain the body, keep the body healthy. Then that's also a service to Krishna. Otherwise, if you don't sleep enough, then you will fall sick and you cannot perform your service. Of course, in one purport, Srila Prabhupada mentioned 6 hours is enough for a person, like normal, healthy person. Yeah, if you sleep more than 6 hours, actually there was one magazine, Back to Godhead magazine, that I read long time ago. In 2012, I found this article where Srila Prabhupada mentioned if someone sleep more than 7 hours per day, that means he's swallowed by the python, by the snake. Yeah. So of course, this statement is not an absolute statement. This statement is for a normal, healthy person. Yeah. So, avyarta kalatva. He never wasted his time. Everything is just for Krishna. That's the principle. Yeah. There was one Mataji disciple of Srila Prabhupada. When she was in Vrindavan, she was like completely absorbed in cooking, in cooking for Krishna Balaram. And then one devotee complained to Srila Prabhupada. He mentioned that, Prabhupada, I never seen this Mataji chanting on her beads. I doubt that she chants 16 rounds. And Srila Prabhupada said, for her, she doesn't have to chant 16 rounds. And this devotee was shocked. Because he was completely absorbed in the service, and she always, sings the holy name all the time while performing his service. Now, this is like an exceptional case. Yeah. We should not take these pastimes as granted. Yeah. So whatever our priority, it should be done. Yeah. We took the vow of chanting 16 rounds. That should be done. Yeah. Don't take this statement by Srila Prabhupada. That's only for, especially for this Mataji, not for all the followers of Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. So Srila Prabhupada may say something different depending on the place and circumstances. Yeah. Like, for example, Diksha is very important, right? But when George Harrison, quite a few times he was asking Srila Prabhupada, I want to take initiation. And Srila Prabhupada just divert the conversation into something else. And then again, one day, George Harrison came to Prabhupada and asked him, Prabhupada, when you will give me initiation? And Srila Prabhupada said, initiation? You are initiated. Your name is Hari San. You are the son of Hari. What is there need to take initiation? Yeah. So, and yeah. So this statement by Srila Prabhupada is not for all of us. We should understand this clearly. Yeah. Okay. So that's about engagement in devotional service. Yeah. Text 3 and 4. But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed, and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such person engaged in the welfare of all, at last achieve me. Interesting here. Even the impersonalists can also achieve Krishna. Let's see what Srila Prabhupada mentioned. Those who do not directly worship the Supreme Godhead, Krishna, but who attempt to achieve the same goal by an indirect process, also ultimately achieve the same goal, Sri Krishna. After many births, the man of wisdom seeks refuge in me, knowing that Vasudeva is all. When a person comes to full knowledge about many births, after many births, he surrenders to Lord Krishna. So which verse is Srila Prabhupada indicating here? Sudamaji Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Here Prabhupada is indicating Manusyanam Sastreshu Kaschit Yadati Siddhayu. That one, Prabhu.
Pretty close. Pretty close. Okay.
Okay, Prabhu.
But that's a very good try. Yeah. The Manusyanam Sahasreshu verse is explaining that out of millions of people, Manusyanam Sahasreshu.
This one, Prabhu, Bahunam Janmanam Ante. That one.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
That's the one. Yeah. Bahunam Janman. Thank you. Thank you. So this verse is actually explaining about the impersonals. Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Gyanavanman Prapadyante. After many births. Finally, one will have the knowledge. Yeah, Gyanavan mam prapadyante. Vasudeva sarvam iti. That Vasudeva is everything, the source of everything. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. And he is considered, those who understand the position of Lord Vasudeva, he is considered to be a great soul, Mahatma. And such a Mahatma is Sudurlabha, very rare. So Krishna is mentioning here those who are worshipping the impersonal aspect of the Lord. Finally, although this is indirect type of worship, yeah, because they are worshipping the impersonal aspect of the Lord, not directly worshipping the Bhagavan feature of the Lord. But still, finally, they will achieve Krishna at last. Krishna mentioned, they will achieve me at last. What does it mean? It takes a very long time, probably millions of lifetimes. Yeah. So there is, of course, hope for the impersonalists, but it takes like a really long time. Yeah. After millions of lifetimes. There are two types also of the impersonalist. Yeah. One who is sincere impersonalist, the other one is the stubborn impersonalist. Those who are seeking about the absolute truth honestly, they will finally come to Krishna consciousness. But those who are stubborn, then they will remain in their conclusion about the impersonal aspect of the Lord is to be the highest worship. Yeah. So Bahunam Janmanam Ante, after many lifetimes. Yeah. Krishna mentioned here, at last achieve me. Yes. in order to perceive the super soul within the individual soul, one has to cease the sensual activities of seeing, hearing, tasting, working, etc. Then one comes to understand that the Supreme Soul is present everywhere. Realizing this, one envies no living entity. He sees no difference between man and animal because he sees soul only, not the outer covering. But for the common man, this method of impersonal realization is very difficult. Now the next verse is important verse here. Yeah. Although this verse is not part of your memorization sloka, if you have some spare time, please try to memorize this verse, because this verse is quoted many times by Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. Kleso dikataras tesam avyakta sakti chetasam avyakta hi gatir dukam deha vadbhir avapyate. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is troublesome. Yeah, klesaha here. Klesa means suffering. It's troublesome. Advancement is troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. What does it mean here? Dehawadbir avapyate. Those who are embodied means those who are entangled. Yes, those who are entangled. So advancement for the conditioned soul, if he worships the impersonal aspect of the Lord, is troublesome. Yeah, advancement is almost impossible. Yeah, because it's very difficult to worship the impersonal feature of the Lord, actually. Just like we are forced, to write a poem, let's say, to write a poem to someone who we don't know how he looks like or how she looks like. Yeah. To glorify someone whom we don't know what is his activities. We don't know how he looks like, what he has done. Then impossible to glorify the person whom we don't know. Yeah. Otherwise, we will end up by speculating something. Therefore, it is troublesome. Yeah, very difficult. The process of Jnana Yoga, although ultimately bringing one same goal, is very troublesome. Whereas the path of Bhakti Yoga, the process of being in direct service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is easier and is natural for the embodied soul. Okay? The word Jnana Yoga here, please note down that indicating the impersonalism. Yes? We may find some mailboxes on the street, and if we post our letters in those boxes, they will naturally go to their destination without difficulty. But any old box or an imitation which we may find somewhere, but which is not authorized by the post office, will not do the work. Similarly, God has an authorized representation in the deity form, which is called Archa Vigraha. This Archa Vigraha is an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. God will accept service through that form. A person in Krishna consciousness engaged in devotional service simply by the guidance of the bona fide spiritual master, simply by offering regulative obeisances unto the deity, simply by hearing the glories of the Lord, and simply by eating the remnants of foodstuff offered to the Lord, realizes the Supreme Personality of Godhead very easily. There's no doubt that the impersonalists are unnecessarily taking a troublesome path with the risk of not realizing the absolute truth at the ultimate end. Okay? So here Srila Prabhupada is explaining about the deity worship. Yeah. So the deity form of the Lord, the Archa Vigraha form of Krishna, is just like Srila Prabhupada explaining here, that like the mailboxes. Of course, nowadays hardly we will find mailboxes, right? Everything is online. Yeah, we don't send letter anymore through mailboxes. Yeah, nowadays you just scan and then send it online. It's done. But in the old days, yeah, mailboxes are there. If you want to send letter, you have to insert the letter into the mailboxes, and then the postman will come, pick the letter, and deliver to the destined address. Yeah. So these mailboxes are unauthorized mailbox by the post office. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada mentioned if you put some of your letter in some unauthorized unauthorized box, yeah, although you put it nicely, it will not be delivered because it is unauthorized. So the deity form of the Lord is authorized because the description given in the Sastra, followed by the devotees, how Krishna looks like, what is his color, yeah, how his eyes, and everything described in the Sastra. Yeah. And before worshiping the Lord, we have to do the installation ceremony, the prana pratishtha. Yeah. So when that is done, then the Lord will be present in the form of Archa Vigraha. And that form is non-different from Krishna. Yeah. Krishna received the service through the deity form. Yes. There was one time an incident that there was one Swami from South India, Sri Sampradaya, very famous. His name is Chinijir Swami, whether you have heard or not. Yeah, how many of you have heard? Those who are from South should know who is Chinijir Swami. He is from Sri Sampradaya. Ramesh Prabhu, you know him?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, he is very famous. Okay. So, one time, one gentleman kind of challenging him, he said that how come this deity, you worship him, you consider him to be God himself, is not able to do anything. And then suddenly one cockroach flew into his chest, the Lord's deity's chest. Yeah. And then this gentleman said, look, even he cannot wipe out this cockroach. Yeah. How you consider this stone to be God? Yeah, this statue to be God? And Chiniji Swami said that if he wants, he can wipe it out easily. Why not? But I think today the Lord has some itching sensation on his chest. So he allowed this cockroach to perform great service. That's actually the vision of a pure devotee. Doesn't matter in any situation, challenging situation, his faith never shaken. Yeah. His faith never shaken. And Tadami Buddhi Yogamtam, Krishna gives him the intelligence by which he can handle the situation because of his faith. Yeah. Tesam satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayante. Yeah. So Krishna from within gives the intelligence. Yes, so this deity form is, although made of material elements, Srila Prabhupada in many occasions mentioned that they are not at all material. Yeah, they are not at all material. Worshipping deities, actually, you require a lot of faith. Really. You require a lot of faith. Otherwise, you will think that, oh, what I'm doing here in the front of this stone, in the front of this wood, in the front of this metal, what I'm doing here, why I'm doing this? Unless you have strong faith, you can't really worship the deities perfectly. Otherwise, it's just mechanical. There was one pastime in Alarnath, yeah, here Jagannath Puri. There is this deity of Lord Alarnath. Yes. So the Brahmana who served there, so his wife cooked, and then the Brahmana is offering the food. Yeah. But one day, this Brahmana, the Pujari, went out. And then his wife was cooking. Okay. And then he called his son, 5-year-old son. Yeah. And he told her son, look, your father is somewhere. So the boga is ready. Why don't you offer it to the Lord? And this little boy said, okay, mother, I will offer it. And then the mother said, make sure that he eats the offering. And then this little boy said, okay, I will try. And then he took the plate of boga, entered the altar. He didn't know any mantra. He didn't know how to do achamana, right? No procedures followed. But he just prayed to the Lord that please accept this offering. Yeah. Please accept this offering. And then this boy was watching when this deity will come, move his hand and take the food and put into his mouth. He was watching. Nothing happened. And then he was crying now in the front of the deities inside the altar. My Lord, if you don't eat this, my mother will become so angry to me. Please eat this. Otherwise, my mother will chastise me. Because she told me that make sure that the Lord will eat. If you don't eat now, then she will chastise me. And finally, Krishna reciprocates. The deity moves and ate the whole plate. And then this little boy came out from the altar and brought the empty plate to his mother. And his mother now became so angry. Where are the food? So the mother thought that this little boy has eaten all the prasadam. And this boy said, well, you told me that the Lord should eat, so he ate it. And the mother said, come on, you're joking. How? No, no, not possible. And this boy tried to convince his mother, but mother accusing him that he's the one who ate it. And then he reported to his father. The mother cooked again. Yeah. And then while doing this inspection, this boy was so determined. He said that, no, I was sitting there and the Lord was eating in the front of me. And his father said, no, no way. How can this stone can move, you know? How can this stone can move? So again, this boy came, the parents gave the boga and told the boy, offer now. And then he came with empty plate. And then he got the accusation again. And the father said that, no, no way, how it is possible, no. And then at night, yeah, when this Brahmana, the father, sleeping, so the Lord comes into his dream, and chastise him. Yeah, chastise him. So all this time, actually, this Brahmana has no faith. He's not thinking that that is Krishna whom he's worshipping. He's thinking it's just stone, that's it. So his worship is considered to be mechanical. Therefore, later we will find Krishna says that Naham Vedana. Oh, it's already, yeah, in the 11th chapter. Toward the end of the 11th chapter, we found the verse. Naham Vedana tapasya, na dhanena na chejyaya. Na chajyaya. Meaning, not even by worship one can understand me. Naham Veda. Not by studying the Vedas one can understand Krishna. Naham Veda na tapasya. Nor by austerities. Naham Veda na tapasya. Na dhanena. Not by charity. Na cha ijyaya. Not even by a worship one can understand Krishna. So the worship that mentioned by Krishna in the 11th chapter is this kind of mechanical worship. You just do it out of, you are thinking that I should do, but there is no faith in that. So it becomes fruitless. Yeah. Okay, so that's the glories of deity worship. Unless one has strong faith and strong understanding and genuine feeling that I'm worshiping Krishna and this form is Krishna, then his worship is just mechanical. He doesn't get any taste. I remember when I was in Cambodia in 2014, there was one lady from UK. Actually, she's a Gujarati, but she lives in UK. Yeah. So she came to Cambodia. She brought all the time her Gopal deity, Laddu Gopal deity. Yeah. So one day she came and then she asked me, can I put my deity on the altar? I said, yes, why not? Okay. So she gave flute on her little Gopal. It's like this, very small, yeah. And she put flute on Krishna's hand. Then I said, okay, it's time for offering. I closed the altar and then I did the offering. Yeah. And then after 15 minutes, the offering is done. So I went inside the altar and I opened the curtain. And then she asked, like, did you remove the flute from Gopal's hand? I said, no. And she asked, why? I said, why should I remove? She said that how my Gopal can eat with his hand when the flute is still there. If he will eat, so the flute should be removed first. And after the offering, then you can place back. So that was her bhava, her devotion, her attentiveness. Yeah. And I was thinking like, wow, that's something. I could But I just said, okay, I apologize. I didn't know, Mataji, that you are treating him like this. But she said, no, that's fine, that's fine. I could argue actually. Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti manti, pashyanti panti kalayanti chiran jaganti. Yeah. So Angani yasya sakale indriya. All Krishna senses are perfect. I could argue that Krishna can eat through his glands. Krishna can eat through his eyes without removing the fluid. But at that time, I did not want to disturb her bhava, her emotion. Yeah. So I really appreciate that. That means I could see that how much faith she has in performing the deity worship. Yeah, because devotional service means paying attention to the detail. Yeah. Paying attention to details is devotional service. Yeah. Okay. Text number 6, 7. Yeah. ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यासमत्परः अनन्यनैव योगेन मम ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धर्ष मृत्यु संसार सागर भवामि न चिरत्पर्था मया विशिता चेतसम्. But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engage in devotional service and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me. O son of Pritha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Yeah. Tesam aham samudha artha mrityu samsara sagara. Yeah. Krishna promised us that he will be the swift deliverer. Yeah. Purport. The Supreme Lord herein promises that without delay, he will deliver a pure devotee, thus engaged from the ocean of material existence. Although a man who has fallen in the ocean may struggle very hard and may be very expert in swimming, he cannot save himself. But if someone comes and picks him up from the water, then he is easily rescued. Similarly, the Lord picks up the devotee from this. Simply has to practice the easy process of Krishna consciousness and fully engage himself in devotional service. Any intelligent man should always prefer the process of devotional service to all other paths. Yeah. Any intelligent man. Srila Prabhupada in one lecture mentioned that actually one requires very little intelligence in order to be engaged in devotional service. Yeah. So any intelligent man will prefer to perform devotional service than to any other path. Yes. So this verse is very important also. Yeah, explaining that everything should be done for Krishna. Yetu sarvani karmani. Sarva karma means all the works should be connected to Krishna. Yetu sarvani karmani. Mayi sannyasa paraha. Sannyas. What is the principle of sannyas? To be renounced. What does it mean to be renounced? To connect everything to Krishna. That is the yukta vairagya. Yeah. That is Falgu vairagya. That is yukta vairagya. So, mam dhyayanta upasate dhyaya. Constantly thinking about Krishna. Mam dhyayanta upasate. Tesamaham samudhartam mrityu samsara sagarat. And if we do all this, connect everything to Krishna, then Krishna will be the swift deliverer for all of us who are struggling now in the material ocean. Prabhupada explained here that even if a person is very expert swimmer, yeah, if he is put in such a big ocean where there are a lot of different aquatics and also big waves, so he will struggle. He may feel tired and finally drown. Yes, there are a lot of occasions that expert swimmer get drowned. Yeah, but if someone comes using the boat, pick him up from the top, then easily he will be rescued. So as simple as that. What does it mean? We cannot get out from this material ocean of birth and death by our own effort. Therefore, we have to build the sambandha, the connection with the Lord. Yeah. Remember the pastimes of Damodar Lila. This 2-inch, yeah, 2 fingers left, 2 finger less, yeah, that Mother Yasoda could not tie Krishna. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur very beautifully giving commentary that what is the significance of this 2 finger length? The first one is our effort. Second one is reciprocation from Krishna. So there should be reciprocation in both sides. For example, now if we fall in the dark well, what to do? Yeah. So if someone throw the rope, so what we should do? Catch the rope, hold it tight, and the person who on the top will pull us up. That's the principle. But if someone already throw the rope and we don't want to catch it, then that is our misfortune. Yeah. So our liberation is completely depending on the Lord's mercy. Depending on the Lord's mercy. We cannot get liberation by our own effort. Durga. This material universe is guarded by Durga. What is the meaning of the word Durga? Anybody would like to give me the translation of the word Durga? Rati Manjari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Durga comes from the word Durgam. It's like difficult. And also there is another meaning. Durg is a fort. So she is the protector or the fort,
Yes.
fortress of the world, I would say. Material world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the perfect answer. Yes, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So this material universe is guarded by Durga, one who is practically speaking impossible to surpass. Dur means difficult, difficult to surpass. In this material world, in this world, we find there are so many prisoners, yeah, escape from the prison. But we in this prison house, there's no way out to escape unless the Supreme Lord, the Master of Durga, tells her, okay, liberate him. Then we can get liberation. Otherwise, not possible. That's why here the 2 connection is there. Yeah, our own effort and the mercy of the Lord. Yes, that's very important principle here that we have to always remember. Yeah, sometimes when our authority asks some of us, yeah, ask all of us maybe, perform some service. And then when we gain the success, yeah, most of the time we think this is because of my ability. So we are forgetting Krishna's hand. Krishna always there to help the devotees. Yeah, sometimes we are too intoxicated of being success in performing even our services, thinking that I have great ability, I have beautiful voice, I can attract a lot of people in this kirtan. Yeah, for example, yes, so we are forgetting Krishna's interference in between. Yeah, but we should always remember that first of all, Krishna give me this opportunity, give me the mercy. Without Krishna's mercy, whatever great ability I have, it's nothing. Yeah. Okay. And now text 8 to 12. So Krishna described in reverse order the progressive path of leading to pure devotional service. Here's interesting thing about this section here. That remember in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, first 6 chapters, Krishna explains about the yoga ladder from down to the top. But now Krishna will explain from from top to down. First Krishna mentioned, okay, Bhakti. And what if you cannot do Bhakti? Then lower your standard a little bit. If you cannot do this, then lower a little bit. And if you cannot do this, then lower a little bit. And finally Krishna said, okay, then just surrender the result of your activities. He comes to the level of karma. Yeah. But in the first 6 chapters, Krishna is explaining from karma kanda, karma yoga, jnana yoga, and niskama karma yoga, and bhakti ultimately. But here, from bhakti go down. That means what? There's always chance for all of us to attain Krishna. Because the principle is that not everyone is ready right now, right here, at this very moment, to perform devotional service, to accept Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead and offer everything to Krishna. Not everyone is ready to do that. So Krishna is giving some kind of discount after another discount, after another discount, because he is very eager to welcome home, to welcome all of us home. Yes. Let's hear this section. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt. A devotee does not live in the material plane. He lives in Krishna. The holy name of the Lord and the Lord are non-different. Therefore, when the devotee chants Hare Krishna, Krishna and his internal potency are dancing on the tongue of the devotee. When he offers Krishna food, Krishna directly accepts these eatables, and the devotee becomes Krishna eyes by eating the remnants. Yeah, interesting. Srila Prabhupada mentioned here, Krishna eyes, spiritual eyes. Yeah, this word eyes is used by Srila Prabhupada here. I think Srila Prabhupada invented this word. We don't find this in any dictionary, Oxford dictionary. We don't find this. So, by the way, now Krishna is advising here to constantly fix our mind in him. Yeah. And how to do that? Take prasadam. Prabhupada mentions here very clearly, take prasadam. Yeah. Chant the holy name and take prasadam. Constantly chant the holy name and take prasadam. Ata Sri Krishna namadi na bhavet krahyamindriyahi sevan mukhe jivadav swayam evas puratyadaha. Yeah. The first thing, how to understand Krishna is by engaging our tongue. The tongue has 2 functions. First one is to vibrate the sound. And second one is to taste. So chant the holy name and eat prasadam. Yes. Easy, right? Bhakti is so easy. Bhakti is so easy. But how many of us can chant constantly? How many of us can maintain the standard of eating only prasadam? Easy, but not easy. Hmm. Yes. Text number 9. My dear Arjun, O winner of wealth, yeah, Dhananjaya, if you cannot fix your mind. So now Krishna mentioning here. First, he demand to fix our mind to Krishna. But what if we cannot? Here's the solution. If you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop a desire to attain. To practice the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga, one should, under the guidance of an expert spiritual master, follow certain principles. One should rise early in the morning, take bath, enter the temple and offer prayers and chant Hare Krishna, then collect flowers to offer to the deity, cook food stuff to offer to the deity, take prasadam and so on. This practice of Bhakti Yoga under the rules and regulation with the direction of the spiritual master will surely bring one to the stage of love of God. Yeah. I don't know how many times I read wrongly. I'm so sleepy now. Here in Indonesia is like almost 11 o'clock. Yeah. Anyway, if we cannot fix our mind constantly to Krishna, then what to do? Follow the regulative principles in bhakti, such as worshipping the deities. Some people think that, oh, deity worship is not the Yuga Dharma of Kali Yuga. Why are we still doing it? In order to help us to think about Krishna. Because we are unable to think about Krishna. So we need some engagement under rules and regulation directed by the spiritual master. Yeah. Why we need to wake up early in the morning to train us, to think about Krishna. Yes. Otherwise, we can just sit and chant Hare Krishna like Srila Haridas Thakur. But not all of us can do this. Therefore, we need some engagement. Yeah. If the senses is not being engaged properly in Krishna consciousness, then naturally the senses, the mind, will try to find some other engagement. Yeah, because the mind especially, the mind will think about something else. The senses should be positively engaged. Yeah, otherwise it will go here and there, finding some different sense object. Have you realized maybe sometimes you come across a situation that you are buying something that actually you don't really need. And finally, the things that you buy just store up in one of the corners of the house and become dust catcher. Yeah. Yes, it becomes dust catcher. Have you realized this? I'm so grateful that I don't have a house. So I don't know how many times I already moved from one apartment to another apartment in Mayapur. It's troublesome to move, but I'm always feeling grateful. I realize something that, oh, I don't need this. I don't need that. Yeah. Give this to someone else or just throw it. Sometimes the fan is broken and I keep the fan, I didn't fix it, but I still keeping it. For what? For dust catcher. Yeah. So we buy something, then we don't use it. Why? Because the senses, the mind needs some engagement. The mind just needs some engagement. Yeah. If the mind properly engaged in Krishna consciousness, then this thing will not happen. Yeah. Try to contemplate from now. Look all around the corner at home. Do I really need this thing? Why did I buy it? Because at that time, my mind needs some engagement and my hands need some engagement, that I have to take the cash from my purse and take it out and give away to someone or something that I don't really need. It's just a small example, but that's the principle. Yes. That's why we need engagement under the direction of the spiritual master. So in this way, our senses will be directed toward the Lord. Okay. So this is one discount from Krishna. And if we cannot do this, then what to do? Text 10. If you cannot practice the regulation of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me, because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage. There are many devotees who are engaged in the propagation of Krishna consciousness and they require help. So even if one cannot directly practice the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga, he can try to help such work. Every endeavor requires land, capital, organization, and labor. Oh, Krishna. Just as in business, one requires a place to stay, some capital to use, some labor, and some organization to expand. So the same is required in the service of Krishna. The only difference is that in materialism, one works for sense gratification. The same work, however, can be performed for the satisfaction of Krishna, and that is spiritual activities. Yeah. So if we cannot follow the regulative principles in sadhana bhakti, what to do? Donation. Yeah, we work and support the temple, support, especially Srila Prabhupada mentioned here, the preaching work. Yeah. Doing preaching needs money also. Yes, to print the book. Yeah. To go out for Sankirtan, organizing festival. So if you cannot engage in regulative principles of devotional service, give your support. Yes. My battery is low and it can be off at any time. It's only 6%, by the way. And my charger, I have this kind of plug, and there is no socket which fit this plug. I don't know why I didn't take it from Mayapur. So tomorrow I have to buy it. I didn't check it. Only all right. Hare Krishna. So my laptop is off finally. So where were we? I'm using my phone right now. Yes, supporting. Yeah, supporting the devotees who are doing the preaching mission, supporting the festival in the temples. Yeah, because some people, some devotees, they just love to work. Some people can work for 12 hours a day. That's like crazy. Yeah. So yes, then utilize the result of the work to support. Yeah. Like one time it's happened that Brahmananda Prabhu, he just joined the movement. At the time, he just got his job as a teacher in one of the universities. Yes. And then he asked Srila Prabhupada, so, Swamiji, should I quit my job and I join the ashram as a full-time devotee? And Srila Prabhupada said, no, don't quit your job. We need money. Yeah, you keep working and you give your money to us. Yeah. So, yes, that's the thing. And anyway, I cannot see now my presentation. Krishna. I will
It's
end
okay,
up here.
Prabhu. Yes,
Mm,
Prabhu, we can stop here, Prabhu.
yeah, we can stop here and we will continue on Sunday morning.
Yes.
Yeah. So morning session is okay for me because your 5:30 will be 8
7,
o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock here. So that's fine for me. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhu.
But I hope I will not be busy at that time. Otherwise, when will be the exam for Unit 2?
16th of
First week.
March.
Yeah, 16th of June.
Sorry, June. Sorry, 16
Yes,
June.
16th of June. And we just need one more session to finish the chapter 12. Yeah, I was planning to finish it now actually, but I couldn't see my presentation because only after this verse, text number 12, Krishna is explaining about this reverse option, reverse way, reverse, what do you call this? Yoga ladder, I would say. Yes. And then from text 13 to text 20, Krishna just explaining the qualities of the devotees. Yeah. If the devotees possess these qualities, if he does this, then he's Yome Bhakta Same Priya, is very dear to me. So in all these verses, Krishna just mentioning this devotee will be very dear for me, very dear to me, very dear to me. Just mentioning about the characteristic. Yeah. Okay. So I would advise that please read the rest of the chapter 12. It's not a lot. And for our next session, I will try to review again. Okay. Just shortly about, I will finish the chapter 12 and then review from chapter 7. Yeah. 7 to 12, just briefly. And then you will have quite a lot of time to prepare your exam. And at this time, I will send not only the question to Mataji, Mataji, but also my answer. Yeah. So that will be better for all of us here. And I really apologize to whatever happened in the previous unit. I was too tight at that time, a lot of engagement. And yeah, but don't worry so much about the exam, but don't take it so easy also.
Yes,
Study.
Prabhu.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And it's always good to review again chapter 1, chapter 2, whenever you get free time, because like we see here, Srila Prabhupada giving the purport and he's always hinting on whatever we have studied practically, the verses, yeah, whatever we have studied. All right. I thank you very much
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
for your time.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Ramesh
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Regarding the exam, the Prabhu, the module 2 is also going to be the same way as the module 1, Prabhu. The pattern, the type of questions.
Yes, but this time I will give my own answer. So it will be short. Everything will be short. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Very well.
Okay.
Thank you,
Srila
Prabhu.
Prabhupada ki
Ki
jai.
jai.